Hey, what it do, Sports World, and welcome to the Real Untouchable podcast with me, Ray Diggs. I got a great segment for y'all. I want to talk about the NBA playoffs, man. We're gonna discuss a little bit about the NBA playoffs. Y'all know I really don't talk about the NBA playoffs. I mean the NBA a lot, but I will talk about the NBA playoffs, the NBA finals, what I think is happening in the NBA. Now, I want to go back to last night's game between the LA Lakers and the Denver Nuggets. Okay, LA was up by 20 points. They ended up losing the game. Okay, now this is the thing. Now, LeBron, you sit back and you say that a foul that was in the third quarter. Did the Denver Nuggets get away with a lot of fouls? They did get away with a lot of fouls, but you was up 20 points. It's no way that you was up 10 points going into the fourth quarter, and you still allow this team to come back. That end of the day was 14 for 17. Now Rui Hachimura, I'm gonna be on Hachimura. He's been terrible these first two games. Okay, he had 3 points last night, 1 for 7. Okay, Austin Reeves. Now listen, y'all sit there and y'all bash D-Lo all the time. Y'all bash D-Lo when he have a bad game. Now y'all need to start getting on Austin Reeves' ass as well. Excuse my language. Because y'all sit there and y'all let this dude get away with every single thing. It's like y'all don't hold him accountable for nothing that he does. And this dude right here been terrible ever since he got his contract. Now, he plays good without LeBron, but dude, you got to learn how to play with LeBron. And you've been terrible. He had basically 9 points last night. Basically, he was 1 for 5 from 3, 4 for 11 overall. Like, the dude really is just a liability on the court. And he was really what lost them the game. Now, I'm not saying he was the fully 100, but when the Lakers was up by 3 and Michael Porter Jr. hit that 3, this dude right here basically was the one who they got the rebound over. And it was basically him that, like, it's like he couldn't hold his footing. It's like you falling out of bounds, and that's how this dude was wide open. That's how Michael Porter Jr. was open when he hit that 3. I'm just looking at this dude. I'm just like, bro. And then when you look at the Lakers bench, okay, the Lakers bench combined for 6 points. If you got Gabe Vincent that comes in the game, Spencer Dinwiddie, both of them combined for 0 points. Okay, so basically you got Austin Reeves, Gabe Vincent, Spencer Dinwiddie combined for a total. Those are 3 players that combined for a total of 9 points. All those 9 points came from a starter, which was Austin Reeves, and he played terrible as well. So D'Lo had 8 for 16, 7 for 11 for 3, 23 points. Honestly, and I think LeBron really probably should have gave that last shot to D'Lo. I'm going to live and die with D'Lo because I'm going to be real with you. I think D'Lo figured something out. And honestly, LeBron could have even drove the ball. He was wide open. All he had to do, because KCP had failed. So why not just drive the ball? It makes no sense, man. And everybody know I'm a LeBron fan. Die hard. But it makes no sense that this dude right here continue to settle for threes instead of driving it. You let the Denver Nuggets off the hook. You and AD. That's who I'm blaming. And then, like I said, you look at the starters. You got Hunter Murray that had 3, and Austin Reeves that had 9. So you got 2 starters that had 12 points, and you had a bench that had 6. But when you go over here and they bench wasn't really that much better, but you had Christian Braun that came and gave them some valuable minutes because he had 10 points off the bench. But when you got Michael Porter Jr., which Michael Porter Jr. really be killing the Lakers, dude. Like, I swear, he really be killing the Lakers. Okay, he had 22 points. Nikola Jokic, he did Nikola Jokic things, 20, 20, 10. Okay, and like AD, he just can't stop the dude, man. Like, he honestly cannot stop Nikola Jokic. He just can't stop it. Okay, and honestly, and then you got Jamal Murray. He was 9 for 24. He pretty much came on in the second half, pretty much just lit the Lakers up. Okay, and when you look at it, when I look at the Lakers, okay, I'm not going to even blame AD that much because AD was 14 for 19. He also had 32 points, 11 rebounds. Okay, so he still had a pretty good game. 5 fouls. Okay, but when I look at this game right here, the Lakers should have easily won this game by at least 5 to 10 points. The biggest problem with the LA Lakers is the head coach. I'm not the one that like to blame coaches, but Darvin Ham do not know situational basketball. He just don't. When these dudes are up 20, they go on a 10-0 run. Instead of him calling a timeout, like when they go on a 6-0 run, I'm giving a quick timeout. Give me a timeout real quick. We got to stop this. No, Darvin Ham just continued to let it go on. He won't call a timeout. So next thing you know, these dudes on 11-0 run, and then next thing you know, they go on another 6-0 run. Like, dude, you got to learn how to coach situational basketball by calling timeouts. Okay, now the Lakers are down 2-0 as they go back to LA. Now, when they go back to LA, let's see, when do they play in LA? I think they might got a couple of days off. So they'll play in LA. Go back to LA Thursday. And then after that, it's pretty much they don't play again until Saturday. So they get a couple of days off between games. So they had today off. They'll have tomorrow off, and then they'll play again on Thursday. So that means they get 2 games off. They go back to LA. The Lakers could easily be this series right here could easily be 1-1 right now, going back to LA. Okay, and then people be like, "Who's your daddy?" The Lakers' daddy. Listen, man. Sometimes it comes a time where a team just have your number. Okay. And honestly, they wouldn't even say nothing about the Lakers, them being the Lakers' daddy if LeBron wasn't on the team. But they always make it about LeBron. And then this is what I don't understand. People expect for this 39-year-old man, 39. Listen to what I'm saying. I can't make this up. I know people that's 30 years old that can barely run 1 mile without being tired. But you expecting for this man right here to run for 48 minutes or at least 40 minutes up and down the court, playing basketball, playing defense, and y'all expect for this dude right here to do this right here for 82 games and then a full entire playoff at 39 years old in year 21. Y'all can't make this up. Now, if I'm not gonna make no excuses for him because they could have won. They should have won last night's game. But I expect for him to get tired because first of all, he's human. Second of all, the dude is 39 years old in year 21. And y'all be like, oh, y'all making these excuses. It's no excuse. The dude has been 20 for 21 years. Like, we never seen nobody play for 21 years consistent like this dude. But y'all want to still hold him to the same exact standard that y'all been holding him to. Like, you can't do that. That makes no sense. Think about it. Melo was drafted in the same draft as LeBron. He was at Madison Square Garden last night getting a standing ovation because he's already retired. Dwayne Wade, he already went into the Hall of Fame already. Dwayne Wade came into the same draft as LeBron, and he's already in the Hall of Fame. So we got to make this make sense to me. But okay, let's go ahead and move on, man. We're going to talk about the Boston Celtics. I think the Boston Celtics is going to either sweep the Miami Heat or they're going to beat them 4-1. It's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Jimmy Butler is out. Not saying that Jimmy Butler, if he would have been there, I think it would have been a better series. But because of him being out, this right here got sweep written all over it. Okay. And they pretty much play again on Wednesday. On Wednesday, the Boston Celtics play against the Miami Heat. Okay. And right now, the Dallas Mavericks is tied with the LA Clippers, 63-63. Earlier tonight, the Minnesota Timberwolves went up 2-0 against the Phoenix Suns. And I keep telling y'all, I'm going to come back to this Phoenix Suns game. But the Indiana Pacers smacked the Milwaukee Bucks without Giannis Antetokounmpo, 125-108. And I want to say this right here also. I don't think that the I do not think that the Milwaukee Bucks will win this series without Giannis Antetokounmpo. Okay, if Giannis does not come back, I think that the Milwaukee Bucks goes out in the first round. That's just my opinion, and y'all can quote me on that. But let's go back to the Phoenix Suns versus the Phoenix Suns versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Okay, the Minnesota Timberwolves went up 2 behind 25 points by Jaden McDaniels. Jaden McDaniels has been playing some really, really good basketball. But now this is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the big three from the Phoenix Suns: Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker. Okay. Now, Kevin Durant, I said this right here to one of my homeboys last night. Kevin Durant, worst mistake of his career was leaving Golden State. I'm happy he left because I know if he stayed with Golden State would have at least 6 championships right now. Okay, they got 5. They'll have at least 6, if not 7. Okay, if he stayed with the Golden State Warriors. Okay. Now, Kevin Durant tonight was he was a minus 24. Okay. He had 18 points. Kevin Durant had 18 points. Think about that. And if you go down into the Minnesota Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards went 3 for 12. He had 15 points, and they still win the game by more than 10. Okay. And you got Karl Anthony Towns had 12 points and 8 rebounds. Mike Conley had 18 points. Mike Conley is a valuable piece to this team as well. But I want to talk about, you got Bradley Beal had 14 points, 6 for 17. Kevin Durant was 6 for 15 for 18 points. And you had Devin Booker, who was 6 for 13 for 20 points. Okay. The worst mistake that the Phoenix Suns made was not having a point guard, thinking that Devin Booker could be their point guard. I think that this team really need a point guard. That's just my opinion. But if the Phoenix Suns is eliminated in the first round of the playoff, what do you all feel should happen with their big three? I think that another mistake that they made was going to get Bradley Beal. I've never been a big fan of Bradley Beal. I think he's a great player. I think he's a great player. But I think he's a great player on a terrible team. Okay. I don't know if he can play winning basketball. I've never seen it before. You see what I'm saying? Like some players can play really, really good for a team that's losing. They can play good for the Washington Wizards. But when they come to the Phoenix Suns, you're like, damn, this dude right here really is not that good. So when I look at this Phoenix Suns team is missing a point guard. They're missing a point guard. And they're also missing leadership. They're also missing leadership on this team. Who's the real leader on this Phoenix Suns team? Is it Kevin Durant? Is it Devin Booker? We know it ain't Bradley Beal. They don't have a true leader. That's why I think keeping Chris Paul would have been the best thing for this team, because you have a true point guard. And honestly, I think that if they go back to Phoenix and they lose game 3, they're gonna get swept. What happens if the Phoenix Suns get swept? I just don't know. Like, you got to break this team up if they get swept in the first round. A lot of people gonna say Bradley Beal been out for the most of the year. Bradley Beal is out for most of every year. He's always hurt. So it ain't like it's something gonna change next year. Also, let's talk about the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks escaped last night, even though the Philadelphia 76ers should have won this game. Joel Embiid, I don't want to hear the crying. I don't want to hear yes, you all should have been up 2-0 in this series. But like I said, you know they're going to foul. You know it's been a physical series. They're going to let y'all play. They're going to foul the hell out y'all. Y'all going to foul the hell out them. So at the end of the day, I don't want to hear it. Go back to Philly. You got a couple of days off. Hey, win 2 games. Do I think that they can still win this series? I do think they can win this series still. Okay? I don't even want to talk about the Orlando and the Orlando versus Cleveland series, because honestly, I don't think Orlando Magic should be in the playoff. They're a good team. They're a good team in the Eastern Conference, but that team right there is, I'm going to push them to the side. I don't really want to talk about them. They is pretty much put up no fight against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Honestly, it won't surprise me if Cleveland come out there again tomorrow and smack them again in Orlando, but they're at home, so you never know. You never know what might happen when the team goes home. They go home, they get comfortable. Okay. But hey, let's talk about the New Orleans Pelicans versus the OKC Thunder. With OKC winning game 1, 94-92. Shea hit the game-winning shot. And that's why I keep telling y'all, man. Like, people keep talking. Like, the OKC Thunder is a very young team. I think that the Lakers beat the OKC Thunder if they met against them in the first round. But when we look at this team, man, you got, like I said, Shea had 11 for 24. He had 28 points. Chet Holmgren, second best player on the team, 15, 11, 5 blocks. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all when I say that this kid right here is a big reason why this OKC Thunder was number 1 in the West. People be like, oh, man, yeah, Wemby is a better player than him. But more impact to his team, this kid is a more of an impact to his team. I don't want to hear that. If Wemby was with the Thunder, I don't know what would happen. Shit, because he ain't there. And I ain't trying to think about him being there. First of all, we got to stop that. If a person was here, if a person was playing here, I don't care if that person was playing here. It don't matter to me. I know what's going on here. And right now, this kid Chet, he's a big part of why this team is winning. But like I said, he controls a lot of what goes on because you got to think about. Look at Herb Jones. Look at what their center. Yeah, you got Villas Wader, Villachina, Villachua had 20 rebounds, 13 and 20. Okay, 13 points, 20 rebounds. But Herb Jones had 8 points. Brandon Ingram was 5 for 17, 12 points. Dude really be controlling the paint. And you need that. Like I said, he had 5 blocks. They only had 7 blocks. And he had 5 of those. So when I look at Chet, I just feel like he's a more impact for his team than Wemby. Now, is Wemby a better? Wemby is clearly a better player. But impact to his team, I just didn't see it. Because at the end of the day, he's the first rookie in a long time that I've seen that you go number 1 and your team get worse with you there. Because last year, the Orlando Magic rookie, he got better. Their team got better. Second year him, they made the playoffs. LeBron improved his team by 17 games. The second year, he improved them as well. Third year, they was in the playoffs. That's all I'm saying. Okay, who's a more impact to their team? I think Chet is a bigger impact. Yeah, he played with the Thunder, but the Thunder didn't make the playoff last year. The Thunder wasn't this good last year. His first year as a rookie, they was the number 1 seed. That's all I'm saying. But hey, this right here will pretty much conclude the 2024 NBA playoffs. I don't know who's gonna win it. Okay, I think the Boston Celtics could easily win it. Okay, because honestly, I think if Giannis stays out, I think that the Boston Celtics route to the NBA championship gets even more easier. Now, they're going to have their hands full with whoever comes out of the West. Okay? I don't know who's going to come out of the West. I don't know if it be the Clippers. I don't know if it be, the Denver Nuggets or whoever. But they're going to have their hand full with whoever they meet. But this right here could easily be the Boston Celtics year to win the NBA championship. Like this right here is one of the times that I can honestly say that Boston really have one of the best teams, one of the best chances of winning this year's NBA championship. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this segment. Let me know what y'all think about the NBA playoff. What did I miss? What do y'all want me to talk about? Hey, until next time, the next segment, I will be talking about my last segment of the night. I will be talking about the Colorado Buffaloes, Coach Prime. Okay, make sure y'all tune in for them. Y'all do not want to miss it because I am about to lay into the Colorado Buffaloes. And the reason why I feel that this team right here is like McCarty McLean said, for babes. Make sure y'all tune in. Peace.